These type of questions are rationalizing the denominator. These types of questions are slightly more difficult to the ones I did in a previous video. Just to recap, in the previous video, rationalize the denominator. So I wanted to rationalize the denominator by, that means getting rid of the square root from the denominator. So multiply by root 5, whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top. 2 times root 5 is 2 root 5, and root 5 times root 5 is just 5. And look, I've got rid of the square root from the bottom. These are slightly more difficult. Now before I attempt these type of questions, I want to show you something here. Right, let's suppose I got root 3 plus 5 and I want to find its conjugate. Its conjugate is root 3 minus 5. So you got plus and then you got minus. So let's try another one. Root 7 plus 2 root 7, 3, whatever, right? Its conjugate is, it's the same thing, but with a plus replaced with a minus. That'll be root 7 minus 2 root 3. And likewise, a conjugate of this will take it back to this. So you change a plus into a minus, minus back to a plus. Right, to attempt these questions now, to rationalize the denominator, all I've got to do is multiply the bottom, the denominator, by its conjugate. So that'll be 5 times by 5 minus root 7. Whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top. So what I need to do now for the denominator, I need to expand these double brackets. I'll do this on the side. Now I've attempted this in a previous video. 5 times 5, 25. 5 times root 7 times 5. 5 times root 7 is 5 root 7. But that's a positive and that's a negative number, so negative wins. 5 times root 7 times 5 is 5 root 7. And then root 7 times root 7. Root 7 times root 7 is just 7. But that's a positive and that's a negative, so negative wins over. So what happens now is we collect like terms. 25 take away 7 gives you the 18. And then minus 5 root 7 plus 5 root 7. They cancel each other out, as we've seen in a previous video. So you're just left with 18. So the denominator is 18. Now for the numerator, 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times root 7 is 3 root 7, but that's a positive, that's a negative, so negative wins. So now that's been rationalized. That has been rationalized over here. Right, rationalize the denominator, so we need to multiply the denominator and the numerator by the conjugate of this one here. So times by root 5, instead of minus, it's going to be a plus. Whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top. So you can imagine how much work this is going to involve. There's going to be lots of expanding double brackets. Let's deal with the top one first. Do it here, root 5. Root 5 times root 5 is just 5. 3 times root 5 is 3 root 5. So when it's all positives, it's quite safe. But when you've got negatives, you have to be extra careful. Right, 6 times root 5 is 6 root 5. And then 6 times 3 is 18. Now collect like terms. You've got 5 plus 18. That's what? That's 23. And then you got 3 root 5 plus 6 root 5. 3 lots of root 5s plus 6 lots of root 5s makes 9 lots of root 5s. So on the numerator becomes 23 plus 9 root 5. Right, now deal with the denominator. So I'm going to expand those. Root 5 times root 5 is just 5. Root 5 times 3, 3 times root 5 is 3 root 5. Right, negative 3 times root 5 is negative 3 root 5. And then negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Collect like terms now. 5 take away 9 is negative 4. And then these two cancel out. So you're just left with negative 4. So now that thing there has been rationalized over here.